Hello, everyone, and welcome to Harv's World for the next episode of Off the Grid. Well, lots been going. Okay, first thing I'm going to say, turning off the phone. The phone is off. Not dealing with that today. No more phone. At least not for right now. It's going to be a busy day, a really busy day. I've got good news, I've got bad news. Got a little bit of everything, but the worst part, and the first part of it is that, well, I'll tell you, I got so busy dealing with stuff from everybody else that, frankly, I've let some things lapse for myself, i.e., the farm market. So the bottom line is, the farm market has effectively shut down. I have no manure down here. I've got no water on my stuff. I need to get this sorted out, and I need to get it sorted out in a hurry. Luckily, I still have manure stocked up, stored up, whatever you want to call it. I did not have to go to Hugo for manure this time around. Thank goodness for small favors. But I do need to get all of these greenhouses restocked. I need to get the apple trees all taken care of, which is probably going to mean another trip back to get more manure because I'm pretty sure I don't have enough for everything, and then I've got to get water on all this junk too. A lot to do. Kevin informed me this morning. Well, I saw for myself. I mean, it's not exactly difficult to see when I walk out my front door what's going on at the homestead, but Kevin let me know that all the crops are coming in today, and so all of the fields need to be harvested. I still don't quite have the potatoes sorted out, so we probably won't do those, but he's going to meet me down there because I'm going to need this trailer to help him with. Because of course I am. Of course I am. That's just the way it goes. I need this trailer for absolutely everything I want to accomplish today. Because of course I do. I have got a lovely bit of news from my buddy Kevin today. He's going to be very surprised. I'm not going to tell him until we get the work done, though. I'm going to make him wait a little bit. Well, he doesn't know it's coming, so it's not like I'm torturing him or anything. Nothing of the sort. But I just want to wait and see what happens. I want to see how the day goes. If he's having a bad day, well, his day's about to get much better. And yeah, we're having a hard time getting into this one, aren't we, Harv? Especially when you don't turn the wheel the right way. Use your backing skills, Harv. Nope, not today. Nope, not today. What else is going on today? Well, like I said, there is some bad news. Something else Kevin informed me about, and I'm not going to say anything about it just yet. Good God. This one is being particularly stubborn. It's more of a show than a tell, and there's a little bit to explain when I do so. I see the trigger keeps popping up, but I don't believe it's for the greenhouse. I think it's for one of the apple trees, and I want the greenhouse first, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway if it pops up again. Oh, so close. No, it was. That's a weird place for that to show up. Gonna have just enough manure to top off the greenhouses. That means I will have to go back to the farm and get some more. Lucky me. That's okay. And no, I'm not gonna go across the lake. I'm not gonna hassle the people over there and dump manure on the road again. Yeah, that was maybe a little bit childish of me, but hey, some days we just have to have or fulfill those little urges. I'm sure you know what I mean. Some days you're just going, God bless America. You should shut down the tractor before you get out there, Harv. Besides, this gives me an opportunity to drive the farm all a little bit. I got no water in here, so I'm going to have to fill up multiple times because this is a very small tank, unfortunately. Luckily, I've got water supply right here when I need it. Assuming I can get into it. Oh, I think I got close enough. There we go. There we go. Greenhouses first. Okay, let me finish up this stuff down here. You guys have seen the greenhouses plenty. And we'll catch back up in just a minute. Alright, the farm market is all taken care of. It's up, good to go, ready to run, no problem whatsoever. It just took some time, that's all. Kevin is already out in the field with the harvester. I saw him pulling out of the garage just as I was coming up, and I need to go clean this trailer out before I'm going to put anything in the back of it now. I'm not that bad of a farmer, right? Maybe? No. No, I've never been that foolish. Never been that foolish at all. And then as we're looking around the homestead, I will show you what I'm talking about when it comes to well, there's a problem up here. And not only that, thanks to a very good suggestion from somebody, which I will go into more detail later, I think I have Mrs. Nelson's issue with cotton sorted out almost permanently. And if I do, that ought to do. If I do, I may never have to do cotton again. Keep your fingers crossed. Please. For the love of God and all that is holy, keep your fingers crossed that we never have to do cotton again. Which would put a little bit of extra money in my pocket because I could sell off the cotton harvester and the cotton equipment. Let me go make sure Kevin here doesn't need some unloading, and then I will go and explain to you exactly what the problem is. You go, Kevin. Run that bad boy. Work it. Work it. Pipe out, senor. Oh. There we go. There we go. I got this, sort of. This is a lot trickier than it looks, I have to say. Getting lined up with a harvester like this. Now I'm going too slow. There we go. And I'm swinging off again. Sorry, Kevin. Sorry. It's gonna be one of those days, but I got really good news for Kevin today. Don't tell him. I have got fantastic news. It's gonna save him some headaches. Save me some headaches. Well, you'll see in a little bit. You'll see. Now I'm gonna swing away from him because I'm gonna go show you what Kevin was telling me about, and it makes complete sense. You know, he keeps an eye on the place. He's checking things out. I think he's good to go for a while, so let me go ahead and pull out of here. It has to do with our cows. The cows have become a problem. Not the cows themselves, but as you recall, I desperately needed to get some hay over to Hugo. He's got plenty. I dropped it off for him. Kevin noticed while we were over here mowing that the grass is looking a little bit thin. Now, we do provide our cattle with total mixed ration. Not a problem. So we're supplementing their diet anyway. But when it comes to pasture like this, pasture land has what's called a carrying capacity. And carrying capacity is the ability for the land, whether it's native sod, which is what pasture that's never been planted is known as, or if it's a worked pasture like I have here or had here, it can only feed a certain number of animals for a certain number of days. And we are reaching the end of the carrying capacity here. In fact, we've gone beyond it because we're really starting to lose the grass. The cattle are actually eating it down to a point where they're doing damage. And so this will have to be plowed out and reseeded, but I need to find a new pasture to put my cattle in, or create a new pasture to put my cattle in, because frankly, they're still going to need pasture to graze on. That's all there is to it. So we need to come up with a solution for that. I'm not sure what that solution is going to be. I mean, okay, yes, I have a general idea what that solution is going to be. It's going to take a lot of work. And it means I will have to continue feeding the cattle TMR and a lot more TMR because they're obviously not going to get the nutrition they need from grazing the pasture. I'm missing the corners a little bit there, Kev. It's all good. No worries. Kevin knows what he's doing. So yes, I'm going to have to create a new pasture for my cattle, somewhere that I can rotate the cattle to from time to time, so that we don't exceed the carrying capacity again. It's a very real problem. It's actually a problem that cattle ranchers, dairy farmers, anybody like that, take into consideration. Well, that takes care of that. 3 fields done. No problem whatsoever. Just finish unloading this, and let's see what we got here. Ah, hey, Kevin. Yeah, good job, man. Yeah, buddy. I know. I trust me. I know this harvester is not the best. I understand. It's a weak link. I can only do what I can do. What's that? What's that? What's this now? Oh, God only knows. Um, that's a B. I didn't order any harvesters. Hey, buddy. Buddy, I think you're lost, man. What's that? Eduardo Esteban sent this over. Ed? Hang on a second. Did Ed? What in the heck is going on, Ed? Let me talk to Ed. Ed, hey, what's going on, man? I got a driver here with a big harvester. You didn't call. Oh wait, you did call. Dude, that was a day, man. That was a day. Yeah. Seriously? I don't know that I can pay for this right now, man. Can 115 total. Dude, I've got a sawmill being built right now. I don't know what the final price is going to be. I mean, I've got an estimate, but can I at least get a trade in? I've got a harvester sitting up here right now. 35. So that would put me all in at 80. All right, but I'll tell you right now, man, I can't pay you until the sawmill is taken care of. You're sure? All right. Okay, if you're sure, I guess we've got a new harvester, and of course it's Russian, because why wouldn't it be Russian? Well, let's see if this beast will even fire up. Perfect timing, by the way. We could have used this today. Oh yeah, it's running. It's running. And I guess I have to try to figure out a way to get that head off of there. I'll just drop this one right here. Well, isn't that just slicker than snot? That's pretty slick, actually. Okay, they had this all figured out. Not the old school crappy way that I've had stuff delivered in. Well, not. Why do I make these kind of comments? I don't know. So I should be able to just pull right up here. Oh, it's a bumpy ride though. There we go. There we go. Easy. Easy. Yeah, we could have used this today. Of course. Because why wouldn't we use it today? Kevin, you were saying you were saying something about needing a better harvester. Do me a favor, buddy. Just load that one up. on dude's trailer right there. We're shipping it out as is. Don't even sweat it. Just get it on there, and we'll do what we can do, I reckon. Well, there goes the old harvester. Such a pity. That's okay. That is quite all right. I think I've got a better harvester now. I hope I've got a better harvester now. And man, a lot going on today. A lot more than I anticipated going on today. Drop these soybeans off. And I'm going to go take a look at this beast and see what we got here. See what we've got. Well, it's a much bigger corn header. It's a good sized grain header. I don't know that it's that much bigger. This thing has obviously seen some wear and tear because it's got no covers on it. Look at that. Everything's just wide open. I wish I spoke Russian. I'd be interested to know what that says. Everything's wide open. Might have to see about getting, I mean, that can be a pretty big safety hazard if you're not careful. I might have to see about getting those, maybe run this over to the shop over there across the lake and see what those fellas can do for me. Sounds good. It's most assuredly going to hold a lot. Look at the size of the tank on that thing. It's certainly going to hold a lot more. This higher pipe should give me a little more trailer option. Although it's not very long, is it? That might be kind of a tight fit. Bringing in a trailer to unload. Much wider header, and that would be a really tight fit. I don't know. We'll have to see. Fires up, no problem. Drops down, no problem. Oh, look at that. It runs a lot quicker. Oh, we will be harvesting fields like crazy in this thing. It's going to make these fields feel tiny. Well, now I wish we had something to put in it. Darn it, Ed. No, I'm not complaining about Ed, although I'm concerned about him. His fascination with the Russians kind of makes me nervous. I worry about that guy. I really do. I'm not even joking. You know, the Russians don't fool around. And you get in with the wrong crowd. And I know I might be stereotyping a little bit. I apologize. No offense to anybody who may be Russian. Or from that neck of the woods. Yeah, it'll go in the barn, although, man, my barn space is starting to get pretty darn limited. That wasn't the most graceful header drop right there, was it? Well, it's twice as fast as the old one. Almost twice. I'm just going to hook up to this corn header. I'll come back and put this away later, but I need to, I've got some news for Kevin, and I hope he's excited by it. It could be good or it could be bad. Well, it's never bad. I mean, it's actually very, very good. But I'm going to have him follow me down to the Harveston. We're just going to call it Harveston for now. Have him follow me to Harveston, and come on, Kev, grab your truck and follow me to Harveston, buddy. Alright, Kevin should be right behind me. Should be right back there, and I have got the biggest surprise for him. He will never have seen this coming. Never have seen it coming. I was a little bit shocked myself when I heard, but I don't want to give anything away. This is the problem. I don't want to give anything away. Nope. And Pierre? I know I closed that gate this time. I know I did. So it's Pierre. It's Pierre leaving that gate open. Anyway, we are coming to the lots, the home lots down here. Because, well, somebody has done something very, very nice. And Kev, of all people, is going to be the recipient of that kindness without giving too much away. Don't want to give it all away. Spoil the surprise. Swing right on down here. And oh good, the gate's open. That helps. It's a narrow gate, so I hope I can swing in there. I hope Kevin can get his big truck in. Well, Kevin, this is the surprise, buddy. Well, I didn't tell you were getting a surprise, but you're getting a surprise. So rather than having to clear off a spot and all of that stuff, Marilyn called me up and she said, you know, I'm not getting any younger. I don't know that I can really make use of the lot like I wanted to. And I know that Kevin needs a place. And as long as you keep my name on the mailbox, I will be happy to let old Kevin live there. Free of charge, no problem. Just tell him he's welcome to it. So this is it, buddy. If you want, this is going to be your new place. Yeah, so go inside, check it out. Let me know what you think. I'm sure Marilyn would be happy if you would accept her very kind offer. I know, it's amazingly sweet, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, well, you take your time. I'm going to get back up to the homestead because I've got things I need to take care of up there. You take your time. Let me know what you think, man. All right. Okay, I know I said I was going to harvest potatoes. And I did start harvesting the potatoes. But, man, those harvesters are incredibly slow. It's going to take me forever. And I really need to get this whole pasture issue sorted out. Because, frankly, we need a place for our cows. And like I said, I've got an idea. That I want to try. And it's going to require some additional pasture. Which means clearing a lot of bloody trees. Let me tell you, it's going to mean clearing a lot of trees. Tons and tons and tons of trees. But in the end, it will pay off. And it should pay for itself as well. Because the trees, as I have said in the past, I mean, okay, so I don't want to like clear cut and, you know, get greedy about it. And where I can, I will replant trees when I can. When that becomes a viable option. But these trees aren't just green or aren't just evergreen. They're like printing money practically. And once the sawmill gets up and running, now one of the concerns I have about the sawmill, I'll tell you right here and now. I've got to pay for the sawmill, but I've also got to have working capital for the sawmill. What that means is, as trees come into the sawmill, I've got to have a way. The sawmill has to pay for those trees, and the sawmill needs to be a separate entity from me, a separate thing. So as I bring trees into the sawmill pays me for the trees, and then the sawmill processes those trees into whatever it processes, ships them out, and turns a profit. So that's really where I stand at the moment, is whatever extra cash I have has got to be considered working capital for the sawmill. It's no small thing starting a business for yourself. It really isn't. It's, you know, you think, oh, I just start a sawmill. Well, no, it runs much deeper than that. So you have to have the money to finance the materials you need for whatever business you're running. You're not making any money until you start producing whatever you're going to produce. In this case, my sawmill is going to process the timber that Chuck's sawmill used to process. Which reminds me, I really need to get a hold of Chuck one of these days. I haven't talked to him in a while, and so I should get a hold of him. Anyway, as these trees, and God knows I have got a lot of timber stacked up and ready to go. And some of the initial timber that I take in there, that just might have to turn into working capital also. As the sawmill starts making money on whatever wood products it makes, it can pay me for the trees that I cut. And then we'll find certain areas where yep. Where we can just clear cut trees with no problem. We'll go back in, we can replant the area, because it doesn't do you any good to clear cut your trees if you're not going to have anything left over in the future. You want it to be sustainable also. That's going to be important, very important. So I will have certain areas that I clear and then go back in and replant. That's going to be important to sustaining the sawmill. Now, Chuck didn't have to worry about that because all he did was run a sawmill. It was up to the logging companies to worry about keeping materials flowing. In my situation, however, I am both. I'm the logging company and the sawmill, so that's going to complicate things a little bit. I not only have to keep the logs flowing in, which will keep my money flowing in, which will also keep the sawmill's money flowing in. But I need to maintain sustainable practices so that I never run out of trees to harvest. That's very, very, very important. And that's not coming from an ecological standpoint, even though, it is better for the environment. We want to keep the air fresh and clean and all of that good stuff. But it's a big financial consideration. And it has to be. It just has to be. There's no getting around that. It's starting to get late here. I might have to call it a day. Might have to think about calling. Oh, yeah, it's getting late because I'm not even paying attention to where I'm going. Look at that. Come on, Harv. Keep with the program. It's been a long day. We've harvested 3 fields. Got Kevin all sorted out. Got the got the farm market back up and running again. And hang on. Where did this come from? Lisa Helen, what are you doing here? I've got. Anyway, never mind. What? You didn't know where else to go. No. Don't talk about it. Stop crying. Stop crying. Don't talk about it right now. Go back to the cabin. Go back to the house. I'll meet you up there in a minute. We can hang out, talk about it, see what you can do. Guys, I swear, I don't know I don't know what this woman is thinking. But I think that's going to do it for this episode of Off the Grid. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. As always, I appreciate you coming along for the ride. And until next time, take care.